Now can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh, the technical difficulties. Someone in the chat hit me. Looks like you can hear me, I think. Looking at this thing. Still no? Oh no. Okay. Now, okay. Yes, we did it. I love you guys. So sorry. Just when I thought I was getting better at this. Yikes. Anyway. Alright, sorry guys. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for joining. Alright. Now. Back to it. Awesome. Thank you everyone. And hello. Welcome. Alright. Enough of that ridiculousness. So the music is louder than your voice. Okay. Let's see if we can calibrate that. I'll turn it on a little louder. If we want. Is that better? Voice reveal, yes. With staying up late last few nights with you guys. So my voice is a little beat up. Fortunately, I have little tea. This is that yogi tea. They leave messages on here. Let's read it. Let your energy be used to build, not destroy. So to building and not destroying. To that end, let's build something. We may end up destroying my credibility. No, just kidding. Okay, great. Move that over there. So, 10 out of 10 voice. Yes! Okay, guys. So, in our last few sessions, we've been building out these two main sections. We've decided on, we're going to run it similar to how 8-Bit Play operated, in that we had kind of two sections, like a chord progression and bass line, but then we changed the leads in both sections, and then you kind of copy paste that whole thing like that, and it becomes a second set with different leads in the second set. Then you take that, copy that whole thing over, boom, and then the second time around on that whole group, you change those up. So the hardest part in all songs is make a sussy song, definitely. We will, you know. Pardon me. The hardest part is getting the first pieces together, and then it gets smoother and smoother and faster as you go. Now, I've said that I want to finish this in 7 sessions, and we are now in session 5. So the first 2, I was still getting used to everything. So I kind of burned a couple sessions in the beginning, but that's the goal. So let's see if we can do it. Okay, we're gonna jump in here. All right, let's listen. We'll get a vibe. I'll turn that up. Is the sound good for you guys? How's the sound? Is this a good level? It's at 5.7 dBs. I like that. So we're gonna move forward, and I remember in our last session I really started liking this little guy. So I might repeat that, but instead of using the... Thank you. We've been making it together, so I'm glad you guys are coming along. All right, sweet. Volume's not too bad. All right, so we're gonna move this forward. I'm gonna keep that as it is because I think using it as an 8-bit lead, that little dun 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 thing is nice, and I'll clean it up, but it's a little sloppy right now. But I also want to experiment because remember when we thanks Scott for letting me know the volume. When we first started this, we wanted to make it a Kirby song, and I admitted last time that it actually doesn't sound all that like a Kirby song without any strings, so we added the strings. But I think now we can add a little bit more of that in this after we get through the second part of this section here. So I think I'm gonna test it out and see what it sounds like. But I'm gonna open it up and do some elongated strings and stuff here. So that's the lead, so we don't need that yet. We can keep this part. We might even keep all of this. I might remove the, what is this guy doing? Oh, it's a hat reverse. Okay, got it. And this is a crash. So that, we're gonna take out the hats, at least in this section. Because what I'd like to do, if I've been running the hats for a while, I like to, you kind of pull them out for dramatic effect to slow it down a bit. All right, so if you notice, like, you hear the hats, like, it's keeping the energy. It's kind of telling you how much energy's in it, and then all of a sudden, like, without the hats, it slowed it down. What up, Yoshi? Hunter said, never played Kirby. So that's the thing about, I admitted that too. I hadn't played too many Kirby songs, but that was the one they shouted out. So, but what it ends up, there's a lot of more orchestral stuff in Kirby songs. So I'm going to try to do a nod to that in this section. So we might even elongate these. So yeah, so it's a full quarter note. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Yep. See what I'm doing? I'm kind of moving quick, but I want to move a little quicker this time. I did stop a lot to talk, but I also am recognizing that if I want to complete this in 7 sessions, I gotta move too. So, you know, if I move quickly, just remember you can always watch the stream afterwards and see what I did. Dun, 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 dun. I like that. So one, two, three. Huh. So glad you're here too, Yoshi. Yeah. That's nice and open. So we wanted to, I wanted to get an elongated. I don't know why I keep saying elongated. You just legato is what we're looking for. But like, elongated. Which strings do we like the best? I like that better than that. The viola. I like that the best so far. Like that one. Kind of the same. It's a me. What up, real game? Real Game Boy? Give myself more room to see that. And if you're here and you're not too mad at me about the the first part of the muting of the microphone, please hit the like button if you wouldn't mind. I'd greatly appreciate that. Okay. How's the cello sound? Well, you need to lower. That's a meteor. Ooh. I'm gonna do some Final Fantasy stuff where chords like this live. You know what I'm saying? I want to do some of that next. I love that stuff. I love conflict. I love conflict in my music too. So I'm all over the place. I want to do more darker stuff. I want to do more happy stuff. I just want to make more music, man. That's why these live streams are fun. I miss it. I'm so glad we're getting into this. Yeah, you know, Steph. Steph is always there. Dad? What? I missed it. Hey everybody, hey Orb, Manix, Yoshi, Hunter, Scott. More people on this stream. Well, welcome guys. Okay, so. I'm gonna bring the octave down. Maybe one more. You think about something a little more complicated than that. Yes. Yes, I agree, real game. And the drama. Yes, drama. I'll talk about that in more detail at another time. Okay, let's start thinking. So let's just so we've been plucking around. Dun 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 dun. Dun. So maybe let's hear what this sounded like there. Not yet. Not yet. That should be the verse. I'm gonna use it, but not, let me. I'm at another part here where I'm like, where do I go next? Dun 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 dun. Now we're going upwards. It's escalating to something bigger, you know? That's where the melody's going. I feel it wants to take me somewhere. Where is it taking me? Wow, I just thought of If I Only Had a Brain by the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz. Hold on. Dun, dun, dun. Well, this is not what we were thinking of doing, but it makes me want to do something else. It makes me want to do something different here. I gotta listen to it one more time, guys. Sorry. This is like level 2 platform game right now. That's what it feels like. I'm side scrolling on a happy day, similar to 8-bit play. If I finish this with this note, something, I feel a turn. I feel a turn instead. So I'm leaving the path I was thinking of when I'm doing this. Da, da, da. It's like the silence. What's your question? Hold on. What did you say? Oh, sorry. Thank you. Okay. HB, say I use one of your songs in my videos. Does the credit thing still apply? Like, do I have to send a channel link or just give you credit? So I don't know what you mean by just give me credit, but I have I work with a program that I created that checks videos for the credit. And it's any version of a link to the song. So if you're only using one song, you can just paste that song somewhere in the description, that link, so that people can go in there and click it and go check out my song if they want to check out the music that you used in your video. So yes, you do have to use a song link or a channel link, one of the two, something that directs them to check out what I'm doing over here. That to me is, I've mentioned this in the last one, and I'm sure I'll talk about this a lot. When it comes to free, I think that is the handshake I want. You know, it's, you can use it all you want and everything, but you have to let the people know where you got it from. And having a link in the description as opposed to just like typing, I got it from Healy Bros. The traffic, like conversion rate is much higher when someone doesn't, all I have to do is click. So I don't enforce it very hardcore at all, honestly, but I still know when someone didn't do it the right way, and I just kind of go, all right, well, you know, so that's how I feel about it. But I ask that the rules are, you gotta credit with a song link or a channel link in the description of the video. So there is that. I hope that's okay. I hope that's reasonable. That feels reasonable to me, guys. I hope you can appreciate that. Let me move it. I created the program. Yes, I did. There's a lot I can talk about on that front, but I think we'll save that for another day. So we either, this is the one I was trying to move on, and this is also the one, take off this jacket. It's getting hot in these rhinos. Reference, anyone? Okay. Oh. And I got the tea here. Building up a sweat. Right. Getting a little frustrated because I can't figure out which way to go. Maybe let's just do that for a second. Let's just see what that's like. I don't want the top one. That was too much. Just a little fifth. Even that one. Pull that off. Too low. Not the right instrument. Not happy. Not happy. Let's just try this guy real quick. Let me fix him up. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I appreciate that, Hunter. I agree. Thank you. And Real Boy says, I want to create like a game and use 8-Bit Sunshine for the theme and 8-Bit Power for the second boss fight. Nice. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, please do that. Just provide, you know, the in-game link or in the description of the game, depending on the platform. Yeah. Then. Check this out. Dug it in. Almost. What the heck? Oh. I like it. We're gonna just move forward. I'm just gonna try to just move forward, and if things need to get like, I appreciate that, Hunter. It's late for me, but I want to say hello. Hey, Shy Guy. Appreciate you coming in. Orb says I created a small game with Quirky and 8-Bit Play as music. Oh, that's awesome. Love to send the link in the description. I'll okay it. I'd love to check it out, or in the comment section rather. Anyway, oh, this thing just happened. Let me just reset this thing. Okay. Hello. Whoop. Cancel. Minimize. We're gonna yeah, I'm just gonna like move. I'm gonna move. You guys are gonna watch me go crazy here. Ready? Go. These notes can be longer. Or you know what? They can also be... The release can be longer. Well, have a good night, Shy Guy. Oh, I already said that. So I like to mix up the these aren't going to be repeated. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. So the first one goes dun, 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 dun. So we're like getting to the same. So watch how this. That is sounding better. Change the color on that just a little bit. I like to change the colors of things that are slightly different, if you can't tell. Okay, moving along. If we... I like this section. I'm just gonna work on this section and we're gonna figure out how we fit it in a second. Sometimes things don't always go in order. Oh, we want to make a pretty harmony here. Here we're gonna go. I might even be able to do it like this, just to hurry it up. Nope, 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 nope. Ready? Yes. And we're going to start right here. There's going to be a bunch of clunky notes here, but I'm going to adjust it. You'll see. This is how you do a fast harmony. So watch this. I click there, so every time this note is off, I go. Let's try that again. I'm actually gonna have to punch it in because there's so many I'm not hitting the third all the time. I'm not hitting the fifth all the time. I like to go back and forth. So. Do it by section. Hunter says, music should be appreciated anywhere and anytime, which means even in class. Indeed. Well said. I'm sure my wife, who's a teacher, would appreciate that sentiment. I like that better. Dun, 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 dun. What's going on? Look at that. Oh, there's 3 notes. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. That was better than the 5th. Hey. Will that sound better as well like that? No. No, it won't. Okay. Alright, see ya. Hunter, thanks for stepping by, buddy. Stopping by. Yoshi says, I just realized like 12 minutes ago, this had like 8 views. But then 5 minutes ago, it had 3 views. Now it's gone up again to 9 views. Why does it keep increasing and decreasing so much? That being said, it went down a little. Are you looking at the amount of viewers? Because that will vary throughout the stream. I think that's might be what we're looking at. And yeah, YouTube's drunk. It's drunk on streams. This again. Oh, that's different. Dun 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 dun. Here we go. Last little bit. Dun. Octave higher. Whoop, beep, 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 beep. Give it a name. Got it. Got it. Oh, maybe just hold it. Just maybe. And what's this section sound like again? Also, did you really make this program Logic Pro? Wah, wah. Unfortunately, no, I'm not that baller. I do know some people that have made plugins and a whole bunch of hardware stuff, but I am not one of them, unfortunately. Although I always had an idea for a keyboard that had the vibrato on the keys themselves and the slider on the keys themselves. I want to work with an engineer to create this because to me, the way I do it, if I could show you my hands right now, the way I would want vibrato, like I'd hit a key and do this. Like that. And if you wanted to slide it up or down, like I would want to be able to do it like that, and you could control like harmonies at an angle. I want to showcase that somehow. So I might do like a short and be like, "This is an idea for a keyboard. Somebody make this." Because I've been thinking of like it feels like the most natural way to do it to me. It's like similar. It's like akin to like a violin, you know. Keep posting link. Oh, you guys trying to get that game going? Good luck with that. What's the time in there? If you're talking to me, it is 11:24 right now. Oh, read my texts. Get out of here. Don't tell them how many hours I'm up 29% this week. Don't tell them that. I'm trying to let them see that. Da-da. Let's see if that can transition into this. Without me even touching it. I'm not going to keep it this way. I'll mute that guy. And that guy. What am I going to do here? I want to have some fun. I want something pretty. No. Something like that. Something like that. Holla at your boy. Where am I from? I don't know if you guys... I like that you guys are talking to each other. But, I am from... Well, I'm from a lot of places. I was a military kid. And I was born in Florida. Then I moved to Rhode Island. Then to Colorado. Then to England, of all places. And then back to Florida. Then Mississippi. And then back to Florida again. And then now LA for the last 10 years. I started my music career over here. Not much of a music scene going on in northern Florida. So, if you could imagine. So I had to get out of there. I started in music business, started making music, and LA's been good to me. You know, it's been the best move of my life. Started off on my sister's couch, who had already been out here doing voice work and acting and writing. And then I found a place in Pasadena for $5.50, and I pretended that I could bartend, and I got a job at this place called iPick. It's like a movie theater you can drink at. So I told him I could make drinks. Just, you know, fake it till you make it, I guess. Oh, Scott, you're from Florida as well? Yes, Hunter, England was quite random. Well, it wasn't that random. My father was in the military, and there was a NATO base in England, and my mother is from England, and she has family over there, so we had an opportunity to go over there, and it was awesome. It was a wonderful, wonderful time in my life. I was from 9 to 13 or 9 to 14-ish, and then I went to Florida for middle school and high school, from 8th grade to high school, and it was like such a crazy culture shock. It was insane. But that's a story for another day. We will talk about that, though. We'll talk about everything. I got some stories to tell. We're gonna bring the hats back in this last section, and then we're going to pull them out again because that stuff's kind of pretty. Indonesia. Wow, very cool. We got some from Poland here as well. I've been to Kutno, Poland before for a week. That was for a Little League World Series tournament. I struck out on live TV on ESPN against Italy on national television. It's my proudest moment. That's another story, you know. Oh, you thought of the most random country? Hey, don't talk ish about Poland. Poland's got something going on over there, you know. If I make this a little bit crushed, I wonder what it sounds like. And if we do a harmony with it, sorry for the off-putting notes there. Most random country is Iceland, to be honest. Appreciate your honesty, Hunter. You said, I'm not from Poland. I'm from Australia. Oh. You know, some people might consider that pretty random as well, to be fair. You know? I mean, what isn't random? If you're from Australia, then Poland might be random. If you're from Poland, Australia might be random. You know what I'm saying? It's all, it's an interesting conversation we got going on here. I'm liking the chat. I'm appreciating the chat right now. You guys are, you know, it's a community. I like it. One place I do want to visit is, well, the most recent place I was in was Amsterdam. That was like, Amsterdam is cool. But I want to go north of that into like Norway and Finland and get up in those more mountainous yet kind of watery areas, like on the coast of like the mountains. They have these like lakes. I've just seen too many beautiful pictures, and I want to get in one of those canoes and just go. So that's one of my, I want to like find an Airbnb, you know, and just bring some books and listen to the creek go, you know, just get away from the city. That sounds really nice, actually. I'm going to do that one day. You will see a post, and I'll say, I told you. Scott said, I am from Florida, and Florida is random to me. That couldn't be better said. Florida's so different where you are, too. It's like Miami and Fort Lauderdale and Jacksonville and Orlando and Tallahassee and Pensacola. Those are like different. They're just different. It's all different. So Florida's definitely a lot of things. I think someone could say the same about California. I haven't really spent any time in Northern California. I've just been in LA the whole time I've been here. So I assume it's different, you know. I've been to Santa Cruz a number of times. My wife's got family up there, and it's beautiful. But and it's definitely different because there's more room for everything and there's less people. So, you know, it's nice. The Keys, baby. Oh, and the Keys, of course, Florida Keys. That's fun too. Snorkeling. Although snorkeling gives me the creeps, man. I was at the coral reef and seeing a barracuda staring at you. It's not fun. Whenever you see like a big fish or anything in the water, you're just like, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be here looking at this giant thing. I can't swim anywhere near as fast as that thing can. It looks terrifying. It's gonna eat my face. Like, that's the kind of feelings you get when you see a large, freaky toothed fish staring at you. This is not for me. Even though I did do it, and I will probably do it again, it gives me the freaking heebie-jeebies. When I say the heebie-jeebies, I just can't imagine seeing something even bigger than that. Like, things in the water are the scariest to me. HB is scared. I am scared. Hunter, you are 1,000% correct. I am scared of big fish. When you're water with them, I was in Jamaica for my honeymoon, and we were doing this dolphin thing where they get you up on their feet. But while we were waiting, there was this area where you could kind of step into the water with a certain variety of exotic fish and things. And one section had these giant manta rays, and I had walked out too far in this area, and all around me, these very big, like my wingspan, like big, giant rays of some sort were converging on me, and I had nowhere to go. And my wife was with me when she took a step back and got out of the way, and then they just all kind of converged, and like I started feeling them around my legs, and I was just like, yeah. I think people that like, hey, look at that guy out there. Ah, they're all laughing at me. So yeah, fish, like water creatures in general, just freak me the heck out. I will still do it, but I will get freaked out. Well, Jamaica, like the whole sandals resorts and things like that they have available. We did one of those, very cliche honeymoon. It was fun though. But I'm just, the dolphins even freak me out. They're way too smart to be doing those things. They're looking at me like, look at this chump. This guy, look at this guy over here. Like, it was a lot of fun and it was super exhilarating, but yeah, I feel like I don't know. Maybe my past life, like I had an extremely traumatic incident with a large water creature, and the scars are still there. The way you describe it is oddly scary and yet funny. Yeah. Metroid Maniac, what is the thing you often think is overlooked or seen down upon when someone visits your country or state? Oh, who are you asking that to? That's an interesting question. You talking to Arvin about Australia? Sorry, I'm like backing up into like this really interesting conversation. Dang it. I want to know what's going on now. That seems good. Really heard something about Australia. One thing I know from Australia was the animals. Oh, so you're not... Okay. When someone visits your country or state. Is this like a general question, Metroid? Because I have something to say. I'll say something about that. When I lived in England, I was familiar with the underground stations and the tube station, right? You're in London... and the thing is, you're quiet on the underground. You don't really make too much noise. Everyone kind of keeps to themselves. But guess which country tourists don't abide by that policy in any way, shape, or form, or even have considered that was a policy? The Americans. Every time the Americans came on the tube, it was like, oh my God. They're like, yeah, laughing and screaming and doing all sorts of tomfoolery. And even like as a kid, I was like, I was just embarrassed. And you could see everyone else on the train like, Americans. This... I understood, because I lived in England long enough to be like, you know, by the time I left, I felt, not that I felt English, but I was certainly acclimated, you know. 4 years is a decent amount of time. But yeah, Americans stuck out like a sore thumb, dude. Like, you know, and I look on YouTube nowadays, you see like the things that like the Paul brothers have done internationally, and you're just like, oh my god. And that's the thing about the internet, is like, be as eccentric and as obnoxious as possible while you go travel to unknown lands and like take the selfie, you know, and like, you know, step on things that you shouldn't be, you know what I mean? It's just like, you know, I have my qualms with what the internet has done, and you know, it's all good. You know, everyone's just doing their thing, but I feel like we can improve. I think we can all agree we can improve. Let's read some of these comments for a second, because this conversation's fun. See ya, Orb. See you in the next one, hopefully. My family have visited your country, but not including me. Oh, Australia you're talking about, I think. The way you said the Americans made it so overly dramatic. I love it. Yeah. I know, it was. No one ever visits my country either. No one. You talking about Australia? Where are you from again, Yoshi? If anyone leaves the stream, I'll be watching. Hunter says, talking to Arvin, I think my parents have been to Indonesia, but yeah, I didn't go either. Indonesia, I have not been there. I have not been there. I would like to. I would like to go. I have more traveling to do before it's over, hopefully. Now that we'll see what happens with freaking Russia and all that now. Always something, you know. Okay, whoops, I totally just got lost in the chat. Let's go again. Gosh, whoops, let me do that again. I just turned it off. Hey, get out of here. All right, let's listen. Not that last note. Whoop, nope. Move this here. Da-da. I know, Scott. Yoshi, you really from Ukraine? Or are you just... Yeah, I was with Hunter on that, like... Oh yeah, no, you said you were from Australia, yeah. I don't know why I didn't remember that. I have my day job coworkers from Ukraine. His in-laws are from Crimea. And so they had already gone through some of the stress of what Russia's up to already. I'm worried about all of that, like everyone else is. Putin, man. That guy. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. It's freaky. I'm trying to express some of how I feel in this little section, actually. Da, da. I like this section, by the way. I just kind of like zoned in for a second. It's not done yet, but remember we were talking about having so remember it's like these first two group spots, right? Broken up by that the pink, purple, and then the blue. Those are the this one is one, this is one, this is one, this is one. Then we picked this up, moved it over, and we're gonna iterate on it and change the leads. And change, so we muted the lead there. We kept the bass line. We added some strings. We added a little new melody here and there. And what I would do from here is grab the whole sucker and boom. And that would be the song. But we're going to dress it up from there, but that's basically how I do all my songs. Not all my songs. Sometimes I'll do it where this little 8-bar will be one. This one will be one, and then I'll do a third one, and then repeat it like that. Or I'll start with like the hook, and then jump into the verse, and then do this B section, and then this C section, and then hit the hook again, then jump to a verse, go to B section, get the bridge, and then hook again. It just depends. But this is definitely one of the way, this formula that I'm kind of showing you is how I've done some songs, and it's how I did 8-bit play. I can even open that one up and show it to you. That might be interesting. If you guys want to see that, like how one of the last songs, that could be cool actually. Maybe show you the other songs I've done. Well, I can't show you the other ones, but I can show you 8-bit play and show you how this same formula exists in that one. Yes, he'll always have Healy Bros music. I will not ever stop making music. If for whatever reason I lost my job, even though I've been working in the same place for 10 years, doesn't seem too likely. And given that level of expertise, there's probably somewhere I could land anyway. So I'm not really thinking about that. But if I did, and I just pivoted straight to music, I'd be doing this every day. And making I'd be like get to the point where I try to make a song in a single day, and I'd live stream the whole thing. Boom, it's up. Boom, it's up. Boom, it's up. And then I'd start expanding to other stuff, And I'm gonna do that anyway. So I'm gonna start live streaming like as often as I can, because I don't know. I just started getting really into it. If you can't tell, and it's just fun to I'm gonna be working on the song anyway. Might as well hang out with you guys. So yay. Oh, we got new friend here, Blue Fire Digital. Hello. Game developer. Oh my god, your process is brilliant. I never knew of these streams. You were absolutely amazing. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, I'm giving away all the secrets. I don't have too much secret sauce. It's all pretty straightforward, but we'll see where it goes. We'll see where these streams go. I'm having a lot of fun meeting you guys and getting to know the community. And let's keep it going, huh? Let's keep it going. Okay, so I think there is a little bit of disjointedness in this section to this section. I think we talked about that the first one of the last streams. I think it's stream 3. I was thinking that this needed a breather here. There'll definitely be some kind of breather here after this one for sure. Especially the way it like opens up, and that's where we're gonna have this little section like. Well, actually, we haven't touched that part since that was. Well, I'll move that, and then we're just gonna pull this one in, and then do that. So like, no, hold on. and then we'll do a tsk. I'm gonna turn that down a little. Love that turn. Love that turn. That turn is nice. That harmony isn't perfect yet. I liked, so when I said a breather, if you pull out the drums, that can serve as a breather. If you want to keep going, still, I think either this lead needs to change into something else. We need to do something else. What if I do a string? What does it sound like that? Oh, right here. Bring it down one. Well, hold on. Before I go messing around with it too much, let me mute that, make a copy of it, just let it sit there. And then we'll bring this down. The velocity matters on this. Like on the 8-bit synth, it doesn't matter that much. But it doesn't matter at all, actually, because that's just not how the synth operates. But on string instruments, you bet your butt the velocity matters. And there are, just to be clear, if you're a producer or you use Logic or work with MIDI, you're probably thinking, how come all the time he's just blasting everything at the peak? Like I've raised it up to the highest velocity, right? Because you want, so depending on what it is, I will mess with the velocity and give like ups and downs, because that's a dimension of the instrument that, you know, even like if you listen to me speak more, there's certain sounds have different amounts of emphasis, you know, there's different velocity as the words come out of your mouth. So there's a natural organicness that by adding layers of velocity, you breathe life into the instrument. That said, a part of this experience is the retrification of this music, and there is something to be said about its simplicity, you know. So it depends on what it is. Hold on, let's catch up on the chat. We're moving along with this song though. This song is moving along. I'm feeling a midway through the session 5 here, although I may have to end it earlier because it's almost midnight here. Let's see. What did you say? Do it. Game developer, do it. Oh, yeah, the streams. Okay, got it. I'm trying to remember what you were saying. I realized that you just only sent the streams public. Yeah, the earlier ones. Yeah. So streaming, I don't know. For a second there, I was feeling, and I mentioned this on the third stream, like I wasn't sure how cool I felt about just leaving the streams up because I like the idea of a finished product. But now I'm like, I don't know. I just want to get more involved with the people that, you know, care to be here, and at the same time, you know, I feel like there's value in keeping them up, and if I put little pretty thumbnails on them, you know, it looks nice on the channel, and I actually, you know, I ended up listening to some of them and just enjoying it, like just as a fan of the experience of making a song. It was actually kind of fun, and so I recognize that you get an inside look. You get to see I'm just like some regular dude, you know, and just giving it the good old try. And I don't know. I think it's cool. You know, what do you guys think? I mean, obviously you guys are here. I appreciate it, and it's been a lot of fun. So I'm just gonna keep it going. If people end up tuning out of these things, and I don't know, we'll make decisions as we go. But I'm gonna just be more present on the YouTube sphere and elsewhere, I think, and just kind of build the brand up. Like I said, I'm getting into more media. I'm gonna start learning how to draw, learn how to write, I'm learning how to animate. So, you've seen the last couple of videos. Things are starting to turn. More content's coming out. We're changing the look. I updated my Spotify banners. I updated my Bandcamp album covers. I'm talking to people about blockchain technology. I have an idea for a metaverse arcade system and a new way of developing games where all the media is accounted for and that all media participants in a finished product get a revenue allocation. So that if you made like a sound effect in a game, you'd get a small sliver of the revenue. And I think Web3 is built for token fragmentation and that a better way forward. Because as an example of what it drove that, I had a placement in Retro Bowl as the theme song, the 8-Bit Joy, and that boosted my channel, and I got it's been great. And a lot of visibility. I mean, it became the #1 app on the App Store, which blew my mind. And even though it's a licensed use, you might have used it for free, or there is a website where I do offer it as a license for things that do mass production. But the point is, it was an authorized use. That's not the problem. But the App Store, Apple, doesn't pay out mechanical royalties, and there's kind of like a open question about the legality of that. So mechanical royalties, if there's a download of the music in a product, you could argue there's a mechanical royalty due there. And I need to look further into it. I think basically the video game composer community is super at the bottom of the rung when it comes to royalties and payouts. Maybe in some cases because they do buyouts, which is understandable. You get a lot more upfront money. But, in other arenas like Spotify and YouTube and elsewhere, there's royalties due to when your music is used and stuff. So, but in the video game world, on Apple Store, on this forthcoming Google Stadia is most likely going to have this issue. Steam and Nintendo, all these places, Xbox, PlayStation, they have marketplaces for indie developers to deliver games, and they don't ask any questions about what music was in the game. It's as if you got to look at the fine print of these legal agreements, but I suspect they may cover it in some vague way, but they don't even ask. They don't even ask the video game publishers about the music. They just assume you rep and warrant that you have 100% rights to the content in your thing, and we're not gonna pay anybody out on anything, so don't you worry about it. And yeah, so video game composers have been getting the shaft, and I would like to get an alliance of video game composers, talk about this more publicly, maybe do a panel at like a gaming convention, and use this as a use case and be like, #1 game on the App Store for like 2 months straight. Like, it's still up there, right? Not at the top, but still. No revenue, nothing. Is there something wrong there? I think there's something wrong there. Should we have a world? I mean, look, is gaming an important aspect of where things are going? Of course it is, right? It's becoming more central to our culture and our community by the day. And everyone's buying into gaming, and gaming companies are getting huge and buying music stuff. So it's only a matter of time before there's more accountability in this area. But it takes effort and a rallying of people, a rallying of legal, a rallying of technology to say, hey, you haven't paid any money to anyone. You guys have billions of dollars. It's time. So I've been getting more and more passionate about that, as you can see. I was passionate about it before I had an instance where my song was used, but that was like, okay, the incentive obviously is there, but also, I feel like you're called to do things. If you have the opportunity, if you have the technical know-how, have the network, and you see a big need, I think in my life, I feel like I'm at a position where I need to pursue this. I need to figure this out. And I need to start talking to people that that have insight on this and have, from different spheres. So I don't know why I just went into that rant, but I'm glad I said that. I'm glad I voiced that. I think that's the first time that's been discussed. I don't know how many people are talking about that on the internet, but it's a huge hole. It's a huge hole. And I think because most gaming composers are used to doing buyouts instead of maintaining their rights, that it's not discussed enough. It's not discussed. People go, well, what are we going to do? We're just composers. But I don't believe that. I think we have more power in a group. I think we can not unionize necessarily, but we can start talking about this stuff with game developers and gamers and fans and just say, we deserve... I was about to go into the joke. We deserve a better class of criminal. We deserve a better class of gaming society, right? If gaming is going to take over so much of our lives, for better, for worse, and some, you could argue, we deserve for all the people who contributed to the creation of those games to be compensated fairly. And I don't think we're there yet. I think there's a lot of room for improvement. There's my spiel on that. Let me know what you think. Let's see what some people have said recently. What are you guys saying? Just going up here a little bit. You guys talking about ages? I look 33, to be honest. Well, I appreciate it. I'm 35. These last 10 years have flown by. I got here when I was 25, feeling like a young guy. Got involved in the music industry, and all of a sudden 10 years went by, and I didn't do nearly as much as I wanted to do. But bygones be bygones. We're here now, right? So I don't feel any different. That's the thing, guys. If you're younger, you'll feel the same. You just wake up one day and you're like, I'm 35. Oh my gosh, I'm an old person. still making video game music, but nah. I ain't about that. I love that feeling. I'm always chasing that nostalgic feeling. It feels like my true north, and I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it until I'm 60, and I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna create even better stuff. I'm gonna get better placements. I'm gonna work with video game developers more and more and more. We're just gonna keep pushing this thing. Gaming ain't going anywhere. When I was young. Gaming was like, you play video games, blah, 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 blah. But now kids, guys younger, your generation and younger, you guys were born into this situation where gaming is everything. So those days are over, Those days are over. Gaming, long live the gaming. But yeah. So, let me see. Oh no, a bot. Uh-oh, do we have a bot? My mind is finding it hard to concentrate. I can't even memorize what Heatley is saying. Well, you can always play this back. That's the nice thing about keeping live streams up. I think everyone was focused to hear what Healy Bro talked about. Yeah. Who chats just complete? Oh, sorry. I was getting into it. Sir, I just surprises you. I paid for the downloads off Bandcamp, but you are right and absolutely correct that royalties should be paid if any profits are to be made. Yeah. Thank you. We need to get active in the political areas in order to push legislation that awards you in proper royalties. I think so. I think that's the right thing to do. Not just for me, of course, but I feel like the invisible hand of the world, finds people in the right place at the right time and says, "Hey, you could do something about this. Choose." And I feel that. I'm feeling this call to action to get more vocal and to do something about it. Dang it. So, and I think we have the technologies there. I mean, think about it. Audio detection's there. Look at the YouTube copyright system, right? In my company, we actually have audio detection in-house, and a lot of companies do now. The App Store and Nintendo have records of performance of those games on those platforms. They 100% do. They know how much sales are coming in. They know how much people are using those apps. They know how many people have downloaded the game onto their phones. They know this information. So, and if they're allowing people to download it, they have a copy of those files. They have a copy of all the files of the code. They have a copy of all the files of the sound effects and the music and all of it. They have a copy of it. They have it on a dashboard. All you got to do is connect that information to the performance. How much money did this game make? Okay, well then, whatever royalties we agree on as a community, as a people, decide should be allotted to this, this, and this. If it's possible and it's warranted legally, and they're just kind of like turning a blind eye to it and no one's said anything yet, then by golly, we should push them to make systems that can do that. So let's keep going on. I'm glad we stopped for a second because this is real. Haven't heard any, Hunter says, I haven't heard anything about it, to be honest. Video game composers have been suffering in silence, and I had no idea. This is true. I honestly doubt the majority of the community really knows about it. That's true. And, I've had some interesting conversations with some successful composers. And he does discussions on the composer life. He's very successful. I'm not gonna call him out right here, but because not to disparage him or anything, he has a different way of thinking about this, and I think we would have a really good conversation. I think I'm gonna reach out to him and bring this up again and say, if you're interested to talk about it, let's talk about it, because I think he has a different point of view, and again, he's a successful composer. But I think I'm more optimistic, I think, in certain areas about it. And I think having that conversation with a guy who's as successful as he is would be really interesting. And I think you're right. I think that composers have suffered in silence because it's kind of like a lonely world making video game music. You're doing independent contracts. There's not like a community of other video game composers around. You're in an email chain, siloed off in your own corner of the internet. And there's no one to reference, really. There's a couple discords which are interesting, and people are talking about how you made this music, how you did that, how you did this. What's your legal agreements look like, how much money you charging for such and such. But we're not, we're talking about it from like the survive in the video game music industry as opposed to and this isn't like a criticism. I'm just trying to open the door for more possibilities. We can make it better. It's as simple as that. We can make it better. And if we get vocal about it, I'm pretty sure that the video game community can get vocal about something that they believe in. So I think it's just time. If any of you guys in the comment section after this video, since we got on a really big detour here, I'm glad we did, want to, work in my Discord, we can go, I'm going to go, just by talking about this, it seems like the next thing is to start talking to the heads of other Discord communities that are related to video games and saying, hey, let's have a conversation. Because we have some information here and we need to talk to the right people, and let's get our resources aligned and let's do something about this. I think Web3 and blockchain technology and token fragmentation, as I was talking about earlier, have a lot of opportunities in the future of game development. But we'll see how that shapes out. And, I think the guy to watch right now is Epic Games, who just bought Bandcamp. And I think they're going to incorporate them into their Fortnite stuff. But I don't know what their plans are. I mean, we'll find out. I'm going to be reading every article that comes out about that and every integration that comes out. That's actually why I updated all my Bandcamp stuff. Because I wanted to be okay, I want to look very video game friendly, music, right? Because I am. And some of my older artwork kind of it looked like cartoons, as opposed to video games. And so I added more of the nostalgic retro feel to all of it. Anyway, I stopped doing music completely. Let me just read more comments here. I'm glad you said it too, my dude. I appreciate it, Blue Fire. What software do I use to make music? Just the stock stuff in Logic right now. Haven't been in the chat. Was trying to do something. That's okay. Very new to making game industry and had no idea of the actual parameters. I'm learning them myself. It's been really fun, Arvin. Catch you in the next one. The rant completely derailed the stream, but it was completely necessary at the same time. Appreciate you, Hunter. Yeah, it just it's like the time has come. It's time to say it. More emotional than Titanic. Goodbye, Arvin. But sir, I do understand now that even though my game is made $0, that your effort should not go unpaid. Please remember this, my first game ever, and this is something I will explore further. Look, just on this is actually nothing to do with the game creators. This is a royalty that platforms who make reproductions of your games, I believe, and now I'm talking out of my butt a little bit because I need to get down into the nitty gritty of like what defines a mechanical license. But as far as I understand, downloads, which if you're buy something from the App Store, you bring that locally down on your phone. That is a download, right? So that should be a mechanical royalty, if I'm not mistaken. And so, but anyway, the next step here is to like get with the people who understand this deeply, and start asking the right questions to the right people. So this kind of rant has inspired that next step, and we're gonna see where that takes us. We're gonna see where that takes us. All right, see ya. Yes, I was in the middle of something. Don't worry about it. Video game composers basically being robbed of their money. Heavy oversimplification. I don't know what you mean, Hunter. I think you're being supportive. But the heavy oversimplification definitely comes from like how the platforms operate. They just say, "Do you got the rights to this?" And then they that's all they ask. And I remember I was talking to the creator of Retro Bowl. It was a private conversation, but I think it's fine to say. He said, "I was actually surprised they didn't ask anything. They didn't ask anything. There was nothing anywhere in the registration of my game on the multiple places I put it. It's nothing to do with him. He's wonderful and he made a great game, and I'm honored to have my music in it. It's not about that. It's about the royalties, and that these billion-dollar companies have all this money, and if we're not mistaken, some kind of royalty is due. We could be wrong about this, and as we pursue it and we figure out what the problem is, it'll probably be some legal loophole or something like that. But that doesn't mean it has to stay that way. And that's kind of like the point I'm trying to make with this is like, even if we come against a wall, a legal wall, and it's like, well, you opted in to the fine print, buddy, then fine, but let's voice that fine print is wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys have seen Parks and Rec, but there was something about, there was like a legal battle happening in the later episodes, and they're like, you might be right, but this is not chill, right? And the executives are like, this isn't chill? Like, oh man, dang it, Anyway, let's keep going. I created Fun Zone Bros, and so far it has gone absolutely nowhere. That's okay. Don't worry about it. But the moment it makes a move, I can't go anywhere without you, sir. I'll pay you whatever you ask. Okay, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. It's not about that. It's about the big companies making royalties. Donate what you can if you can. It's okay, though. I'm here to... That part of this, hey, it's a handshake. As long as you credit, it's cool. Do you know any Danny Baranowski? And if you have made anything in that style? I don't know who Danny Baranowski is. If you want to send a link in the comment section after the stream, I'll take a look at that. And Scott finally said, I wish I would have known that there was a Discord. I would have joined so long ago. Oh, well, it hasn't been active until recently, and it's still kind of like not that active. I've set up notifications to be on, so we're going to be more in there when I'm not streaming. And then finally, Hunter was saying, I was talking to Yoshi. Man's been away from the stream, so he has no idea what you were ranting about. I do support your goals, though. I'll make a comment in there and I'll find the timestamps. I'll actually do, because I noticed you can do timestamps in the videos now. And I'll say, big rant at this. And I might even make a community post about, like, you don't have to watch the whole thing, but here's a big rant. Or I could even cut that, edit it down, and make like a video about, like, let's talk about the video game music industry for a second. Because that felt good. That felt good to get that out. He made music for Super Meat Boy and the Binding of Isaac. I'd love to, if you send me that in a comment section to go check out, I will check it out because that's interesting. All right, with all that being said, wow, what a rant. Let's hear where we're at. Let's keep moving forward. We've done some good progress. I like this violin section. I love the turn that we have at the end of both of these blue sections. You know what? Let's give this a little bit more definition. We're just going to do it to the whole section. All the green's throwing me off. That. And then this one. That. This will be that. Oh, excuse me. This will be that too. So we'll go. Boink. And then this will be I feel like sometimes like the color really like tells me what it is, you know? Oh, I don't know. That blue's a little strong. I think a little bit more of that blue. That works. I'm like, there you go. That looks nice. Cool. It has some identity now. Okay, let's can you let us listen to the song? Yes, of course. Let's do it. Ready? Let's see where we are. Sorry about that. It's been a stream about music and we totally stopped. You mentioned it was close to midnight where you are. Yeah, I do have to end the stream soon. You're absolutely right. Isn't that interesting though? The man, that rant really got me going, man. Sorry about that. I'm glad it happened, as you said, Hunter. But this is a music's live stream. I was going off on that stuff. But we ain't going anywhere on that. We're coming back to that. So we got the intro. Liking it. Nice little groove. There you go. So I like that we use the strings. All right, no worries, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. This was so much fun. It's great meeting you guys. Don't change your icons because I'm learning who you are by your icons and your names. Could totally see this in a platformer. Yeah. So we'll probably do another level and look like 8-bit play. And I'll do my After Effects little magic, and we will, you know, get it popping. I don't think we need any of this. I might make a version and delete all this stuff. I don't like having all this extra junk. It distracts me. Hey, but you know what I liked? I had a feeling this was going to sound good. I like them together. You hear this? This kind of bit crest string and the lead. I had a flash of Undertale for some weird reason when I heard it. So I want that to actually continue. So let's hold on. until I figure out what to do. I'm just gonna do that. Oh no, not that one. Hold on a second. Wait. Oh, I switched them. So I should bring that there for a second. Wait, hold on, I'm so confused. Undertale, do you know what Undertale is? Undertale, that guy's, Toby Fox. That guy is like an indie game legend. He coded the game and scored the game. I think he had some help on the art. But, and then he like, and it's a great game. It's a wonderful game. It's like kind of like inspired by Earthbound, which was another great classic that just got released on the Switch. You should check that out. Earthbound is one of the most influential games of my childhood. That and Final Fantasy and Sonic and Mario, all the classic guys, and Zelda. Yeah, Toby Fox made an indie game based kind of on Earthbound's aesthetic and quirkiness. But he wrote the whole story. He wrote all the things about it. He wrote the coding. He even did this thing. He's such a legend. He in the code, there are certain areas where you could try to crack the code, and if you and he laid little code traps, and if you tried to crack it, it would like jump up in front of you and be like, no, like probably scared the living daylights out of people trying to crack his game. And it would like it would like do things to your game, like it knew you were trying to cheat. Like how sick is that? It's amazing. Yeah. Oh yeah, it only had the help on the character design. Yeah, Toby Fox is an absolute legend. And I remember I was like, where is this guy? And I'm like searching online. He's like nowhere to be seen. He's not out and about. Like he is literally a legend. He did this thing and whew, he's gone. He's the GOAT. And I like the way he set up the game where like depending on the way you beat it, the game's different. Like if you never kill a bad guy, the ending's different. That's what I loved about Chrono Trigger. If you guys have heard of Chrono Trigger, that was another hugely influential game on my life. It opened me up to like the philosophy of like time and time travel, and like how one small action can change an entire ecosystem or world. Chrono Trigger was a hugely impactful game. And the music was absolutely fantastic. This is just one of the greats. He's too focused on the current game to pay any attention. I know, that's a real GOAT, you know? So which one is the thing? Oh, it's an octave lower. That's what was messing me up. You see that? By the way, one of the things, speaking of octave lower and octave higher, that's one of the easiest ways that, like, if I make this whole this like 4-part section, or phrase, or I don't know what you call it, like paragraph, I don't know what you call it, whatever, it is what it is. The next time around, you can make, if I'm repeating this, I can just up the melody. So like, listen. This breathes so much more life. Ready? You know what I mean? So even just that little octave, when you hear it the next time around, it's a little different, Hunter, you never heard of Chrono Trigger? Oh my goodness. Hello, Type. Welcome. But Hunter, if you like RPG games, and if you don't, of course that's fine. But if you are a fan of RPGs, it sounds like you are if you like Undertale, Chrono Trigger, Super Nintendo, get yourself a little simulator, or maybe they sell on the Switch now. Go play Chrono Trigger. Nothing else be said, bro. Nothing else be said. You are welcome, type. Great games take a lot of time. I expect him to be active. Oh yeah, Toby Fox, do whatever he already made his mark. He can literally do nothing the rest of his life, and he will forever. We will all be forever indebted to his awesomeness. He can just relax. Sounds like he doesn't like the limelight anyway, which is just makes him even more cool. Okay, well, hey, Undertale's a wonderful entry, Hunter, into the RPG world. You know, I mean, Final Fantasy VII. You've played that? You've heard of it. You've heard of Final Fantasy VII, right? You've heard of Final Fantasy. That's another wonderful game. Oh, you phrased that wrong. Final Fantasy VII was another very impactful one, and another beautiful, beautiful score. All the Final Fantasies, really. All the ones that Nobuo Uematsu did were just fantastic. I often go back to... there's a thing on YouTube, if you enjoy orchestrated music, and if you've played the Final Fantasy games, if you type in Tour Day Japan, like this, and type in, the Final Fantasy or whatever, you can you'll be there's an orchestrated version of all the biggest, most well-known songs in Final Fantasy series from like 1 to like 10, and they play like the Xanarkin theme, they do the Oath from Final Fantasy 8, they do a bunch from Final Fantasy 7, and just ones from all over the place, and it's fantastic. And the one they do with the Oath from Final Fantasy 8, insanity. And the way it ends is like, this is music. This is music. So I highly recommend that. You think the strings hit a little hard? Okay. That's that bit crush. Let's see if I turn it off. A little better. Yeah, it is. It's a little abrasive. You're right. But I think pulling off that big crush made it a little nicer. I hear what you're saying. I want to hear what the bit crush sounds on this part, though. Yeah, you're probably right about the bit crush. Still, you've affected me, Blue Fire. See, this is good. I mean, I appreciate the input. We're making this song together, y'all. I think I like the idea of the bit crusher. I mean, it can also change how distorted it is as well. So I could even chill that one out. That might be good for the next round. No, and then we want this higher. We could even... We don't have to have them mirror each other in the lead. They don't have to do that. In other words, like, it's just something else. Yeah. I did want to introduce the strings at some point, but I think they definitely here. Maybe it's just not this. You know, maybe it doesn't have to be a violin either. You guys are thinking the. Okay, see ya, Yoshi. Thank you so much. You did something to the stream. Make sure the volume's good. How come the screen isn't moving, by the way? Uh-oh. Is everything cool? See ya. I gotta go too. So we're getting close to the end. Let me just make sure any of these pieces. I'm gonna keep it just instead of different color, just let it know that that is something to think about. Let's see this part. No, we don't need that. What's this? I just muted that part. No, I don't need it. What's this? That's the same thing. Don't need it. Same thing. Don't need it. We'll just keep that one little section. You know, it could also actually if those are the same. Could be the way it comes in. Oh, definitely not that. It's just fine for me. The stream and screen, I mean. The music's great. All right. I'll wait for the message to come through to Healy. See you guys, Yoshi. Have a good one, man. Oh, okay. Got it, Scott. Well, I hope you fix that. All right, guys. It is past 12:33, but hey, starting to come around, right? Starting to come around. Let's hear this part. Let's take on this. If we're not going to reuse the strings, I think we need to change the instrument. Because we're already like... I think we need to do something different here. Oh gosh. Maybe we make... It's like I could just keep going all night. Try one on PS1. Oh, I haven't played that game. You talking about Final Fantasy, or what are you talking about? What's one on PS1? What if I do longer notes? Or what if I do this with a long release? Oh. Too long there. Pull it back just a hair. You know, I could also jump into some other instruments. There's this cool, I like this one stock thing that they have. It's called, it's like retro synth or something. Yeah, see this guy? Check him out. A lot of cool. Huh. Let's try another one. Well, not even there. I actually kind of like this guy, this instrument, all of a sudden. Just trying to feel a little tired. But just check out all the fun things we could do with this. So that's just one. Even just the factory settings, I don't even have to mess with it too much. Like, that's a bit funky. That's kind of fun. Kind of love it. Kind of love it. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'll keep it, but it is kind of funny. It's kind of cute. Oh no. Oh no. Yo, it's been frozen for 20 minutes? Oh my gosh. It doesn't look frozen to me. I wish you guys had mentioned that earlier, yo. Okay. I think I am... Face cam still working. Well, hey. Let's wrap it up. Anyway, this was another wonderful live stream. Went on a crazy rant about the video game music industry needing to improve. You know, had a great time. Let's turn this volume down a hair. Anyway, music's a little loud. Play less loud. There you go. Anyway, guys, had a wonderful time with all of you, and this was a lot of fun. We will do this again very soon, maybe tomorrow. Just keep it going and try to get, I guess technically tomorrow would be Saturday, and then Sunday. I'm definitely losing it because it took me a long time to figure out what happened after Saturday. The seventh one would be Sunday. On the seventh day, I may rest. So, yeah. But either way, always a pleasure. We got into some really fun conversations. Really nice getting to know you guys. And yeah, you're welcome, Hunter. Nice to meet you, Scott. Nice to meet all of you guys. And to those who see this later, come join the next stream. I'm usually going to be on between 9 and 12. I've been going on later, but I would like to start jumping in a little earlier as well. So if you can make it, great. You know, let's hang out. Let's chill. So, well, it's wonderful. Yeah, great meeting you guys. Have a great day wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And I'll see you in the next one. All right. Have a great one. Bye.